Okay, as you can see, the sun is quite strong, but it's starting to move around this side, and that way shines like this way. And since my blinds are on the opposite side, this shouldn't be long before the actual sun just moves away and doesn't hinder me or bother me in any way. That's why I prefer my oops, that's why I prefer to have my blinds closed most of the time. Today is not one of those days because I was kind of suggested forcibly to keep them open, and that's why they're open. That's why you see kind of like I'm behind bars now. That's not what it is. I'm not behind bars, thankfully. Not behind bars yet. No, I'm just kidding. So today it's kind of a different video. Oh, there you go. If I do this, the sun doesn't. If I stretch, then the sun does hit me right in my eyes. So I have to be a little bit lower so that I am not blinded by the sun. Anyway, today I have this app. As many of you are not aware, and that's partly my fault, I'm into ITC, instrumental transcommunication. And what that means is that there are certain apps or things that are used to communicate with the other side, with the other world. And I'm into that because I find it fascinating that something like white noise, a radio moved manually, can help you connect and speak with spirits from the other side. Spirits that are not yet in heaven, or maybe be in heaven, or even something else, something a bit darker. Anyway, I have this app, it's called Coultous ITC. You've probably, yeah, that's my reflection right there. Well, that's the phone reflecting itself. Yeah, this app has 5 banks, as you can see. There are 5 bars with kind of like a marker on them. Right now they're all the way closed, so what that means is that they're set to scan everything. Scan, because there are banks, and I am certain that those banks have words in them because I keep hearing like, who are you, where are you, how are you, um, I'm here, mm, I love you, and phrases like that aren't really much of a thing that spirits would say. They're just there to probably have them so that spirits can take them and tell them, or maybe even randomly spout those type of sentences in a somewhat coherent way. So it maybe has an algorithm. So I'm studying computer science, so I know a thing or two about algorithms. And there's an algorithm probably that the developers made, and they said, okay, you compare this word with this word and this word and set it in an interval of this time. That's what I think this is, because if I turn it on, you're going to hear much gibberish. 1, 2, 3. However, actually, if I turn off even 4 of these, let me keep it on, and you can see it's 5, 4, 3. Oh, okay. I just keep the channel 3 on, okay? Let's see if they reply to my speaking of the app or not. However, if Spirit is able to speak with only one of them, as you can see, I have all of the 4 off. And I have the microphone here so that you can hear it better. Remember when I something. Mm. It's supposed to speak to like what I've been told and what some other YouTubers that are also into ITC, need to put this over here. What other YouTubers that are into ITC have said is that spirits speak in their native language of the user. And I find that to be false because I'm speaking in English. As you can hear, the apps is in English, but my native language is Spanish. And most of the time I get responses in English. So there seems to be probably a false theory. I don't know how it is for other ITC users and researchers. I only see people researching ITC in English, so that may have something to do with it. There's something to do with it probably. And as I said, my English is not my first language; it's my second. But hey, this is fun. There, you heard Isa. That's Risa. Yeah, they just said my last name. That's how I go by with them. I'm Rizzo. Or another name, but that other name I'm not going to tell it just yet. It's something for the future. Anyway, mm, that's if and only when the scanners are set all the way down. The scanners are set all the way up. Here, I just up the whole thing. Spirit, can you talk? I had something, but yeah, I did. How are you, Spirit? I have Ma, which probably means muscle. I'm going to turn all of the other banks on, just like you know. mm, okay, let's start with 5 and 1. Is that right, Spirit? I don't. 1. Do you want me to turn on 1? Okay. Channel 1 is on. Is this better for you, Spirit? Can you talk more freely? Do you want another channel? Is that okay? Espíritu, ¿quieres que encienda otro canal o está bien con ese? I have to say it in Spanish just so that spirits can understand sometimes. That's not spirit, that's my app telling me that it's already 11. Hi! Spirits, don't be afraid to use the app and speak. I know I don't have much energy for you, but feel free to use whatever you want. I don't know if this is working or not. Anyway, I'm turning all of the other banks on. See if there's a more fluid communication. Who's this hi who made? Who am I speaking with? I just heard "Who are you" again, so that kind of proves us Coultous Box, despite how cool it is sometimes when I'm not recording, because I have had like conversations for over 30 minutes with them using this app, and it works. That's my correction again. It has phrases as banks, unlike other apps that have only phonetics. So despite how much fun I've had with this app, I think this is not the right app, or at least that it's not made probably correctly. Maybe I'm using it wrong and I just haven't developed a connection to the other side yet. Maybe. Okay, because I've been doing this for what, like 3 months, and I want spirits to talk fluently with me. It's obviously not gonna happen in 2 months, especially with an app that's similar to this. And especially since I don't have a spirit box somewhere to plug this in, and you can listen to the results in a much more clearer way. So, conclusion, there are two. One is get a spirit box if you can. The second one is try to use apps that are a little bit better than Coultous Box. I don't know if this is, maybe this is a good app. I mean, I've had fun with this app. The part with the spirit box is certainly important. Like I know probably 2 or 3 people that do ITC with spirit boxes, and they have amazing results. They also have been in the field for over 10 years, so that's a thing. Anyway, I hope you don't find this sort of video boring or uninteresting, because I find it quite interesting and honestly a bit thrilling. So maybe it's something cool to keep in mind, that spirits do exist and they just want to communicate just like everyone else. And if, well, this is WhatsApp, so this is not. But if we can help them to communicate with us, or find, because this is another thing, you help spirits that come to you give your light, because that's what it's called, light. And spirits come for you because you open portals to them so that they can go to the other side, because right now they're on the other side, like they're dead, but they're not on the other side, like there's another side to the other side. I don't know how to mean, like there's heaven and hell, and that's on the other side of those portals, I think. And portals are their way to get into heaven. So unless you've been like super good and have nothing to fear because you've been truthful and love and caring and loving, like not mean to anyone that often. I'm not going to say never, because it's impossible to not be mean to people ever. But if you're not, if you have tried to keep that to a ultra minimum, that's to say you get angry like once or twice for good reasons, then you get to go to heaven once you die. There are 24 hours, and in those 24 hours, that's what it's been proven by Health Paranormal, I believe. In those 24 hours, you get to be around, like, I don't know how it works, but go wherever you want. And then you have a portal, and you enter that portal, and you go to heaven. or you go to hell, depending, right? if you, I guess, if you go to hell, you probably have someone waiting for you, and they come and lift you up and drag you down to hell. I don't know how hell it is. I don't know how hell is, but it would be fun to think that it works that way. Regardless of where you're going, you have 24 hours. And if you don't use that portal within the 24 hours, then you lose the opportunity. And that's why you are roaming around and looking for people like, I didn't get much sleep last night, that's why I'm yawning. And you look for people like me, and you come and say, I need help, because I've heard them say, help. So you just want the person that's helping you, in this case me, to open up a portal for you to go to heaven via focusing on light, because that's how portals work. You focus on a portal and it opens towards the light because you're thinking of a portal that has light. At least that's how I see it. I have no idea if, because for example, of paranormal believes that it's a pillar that radiates light that comes down from heaven, and that pillar showers you with light, and it opens a little bit wider so that spirits can enter, and then whoop, they go into heaven. Again, it's, I'm sorry, I got distracted. I apologize to you, my dear viewer. I should have done that. Anyway, moving on. This theory of portals is merely, I believe, mine. I haven't heard anyone. Also, I've only gone to two other channels, so that maybe someone else has it and I have no idea about it. But as of right now, I believe that I'm the only one that has this portal theory towards the other side and entities and spirits. So, what I mean to say is, you feel like someone is around or like someone's watching, don't be afraid, because evil entities can feed from that fear and get powerful, and at some point move stuff, and at a later point, at, and at a later point, be able to move stuff more with more force and escalating towards their ultimate goal of the evil spirits, which would be either possess you or harm you physically. And if that happens, if you fear them, if you don't fear them, then you're safe. Sure, they can say your name, they can say, for example, you just heard the spirit say Rizzo, and if you're like, oh my god, it said my last name, it said my name, what am I going to do? It can do something to me, then you're giving power to them. But most of the time they just say like, oh, that's Rizzo, because they are around and they know who you are. In this case, they know who I am, and they've been around me for, I think there are at least 4 spirits that have been around me for at least 5 weeks. So of course they know me. And for the spirits that come in, they say, like for example, I don't know if you probably heard, there was a point where one of the voices, which is a bank, we've proven that it's a bank, said, "Who's that?" And they'll say, "Oh, that's Rizzo," or something along those lines. I hear that quite a lot with that while using Coultous. Let me see. The app is called Coultous ITC. Coultous Box ITC. That's what it's called. If you want to give it a try on Google Play, that's how it's called. I don't remember who made the app, but I've had fun with the app. I'm not disproving that it's a bad app. I'm not saying that. It's just that all I'm saying is, because it sounded like I was, right? But all I'm saying is that the app, instead of having phonetics, has full sentences. and that's usually not right because your spirits may want to say just a little bit of that sentence. They end up using the whole sentence, so you have to focus really well so that spirits can manipulate that audio and say whatever they want to say. For example, in the phrase who's that, they maybe just want to say that, and you have to really learn to focus your energy and on the spirit and on the energy around you, I think, to let spirits get the force they need to manipulate the audio. Also, maybe this is for another video entirely, but if you're if you don't want any spirits, you have to declare that, hey, my angels and my guides that are protecting me, uh, please bear in mind that I would not like to have any evil entity or an ill-intended spirit or spirit with ill intentions or bad intentions. So please try to keep them away. And also, you say, I didn't say that right now, and I don't really have to say that quite a lot, but I sometimes need to say that spirits, I come with love, I come with peace. I don't mean any harm to you. I'm not looking for like ghost holy, or I just want to hear an awful reply like you're going to die or something. Mm. Spirit, I am not going to let you. I'm not accepting the participation of any evil entity or dark spirit, which is why I call them dark spirits, because they have ill intentions and they are mean. So, spirit, I am not letting any evil entities or dark spirits come through the app, like use the app. So, if you be so kind as to leave the place, because I am not accepting your participation right now. It usually works for me, like saying spirits, I am not accepting any dark or evil entities. So if there are some, please leave. And that's sort of saying that you're not giving the permission to use the app. I have another 3 apps that I would like to talk about, but they're a little bit too extensive. And this video has been around 20 minutes long, maybe more. So I will not like for you to sit here and just listen to me babble while I say this. It would make for a good video, yes, because I'm reviewing the app. However, I don't have the well, I consider myself that I'm new to this, so I probably don't have as much experience dealing with these sort of apps on their own. Someone else will have. So if you want to give this thing a try, just remember to download. And also sound like I'm doing a promotion for the app. I'm not actually. I'm not. But just I'm going to leave the name of the app in the description and maybe the link too. So if you want to give it a shot, just go to the description and check out the app. And if you are into that, and I mean, who knows? Maybe you get to connect with someone that you haven't been able to connect with. Anyway, this is Rizzo signing off. I just wanted to say that, and remember that I am still looking for. I do look for comments. I had a comment about. I guess it was like a sexy web page with cam girls and stuff. So I had to remove that comment, sadly. I'm just saying that so you know that those sort of jokes do not go with me. I don't see well with that type of commenting, and I see that quite a lot. So I may have to start banning those sort of comments. Like if the comment has a specific link to a site that is similar to this one or to this other one, remove it automatically. I still have to figure that out, but Anyway, this is kind of like my review so far. Like 2 months in, it's been a little bit more than that, but I'm just going to say 2 months because I've been actively doing it for 2 months. And anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.